The slogan of our company is clarity and fair dealing. This part is very important for us. Some of the companies in the industry, they're playing like a mouse and cat. It shouldn't be like that. We have to be more open. Good relationship, again, is not privilege. It's a high level of responsibility, which is extremely important for me. Trading a lot with Allianz, AIG, Lancashire, Convex, Liberty, Chubb, with all big names. I'm not focusing on the competitors. Of course, I love all of my competitors. My major focus is to deliver and listen to clients and simply do my job again. In our company, we developed now more than 15 different risk management programs. Loft training, UPIT, bird strikes, and different other. We built the most complex aviation insurance program in the world. I'm proud of that. I'm every time asking my team what they're doing, dreaming or planning. And they think a little bit about this and they're saying, yeah, we are planning. And technically, I am planning too, but I'm dreaming, multiplying my plans to 12. And don't ask me why 12.
Anvar, thank you so much for joining us here today and taking the time from your busy schedule to have this interview. When you look at aviation and insurance, you're no stranger to both industries. You have history in the aviation industry working with airlines at an executive and commercial level. You've got a lengthy history in the insurance industry as well, working with the various clients that you've had, as well as with the market, insurance, adjusters, and legal teams as well. You're back in insurance and you've set up the company AI12. What was the motivation to starting the company and setting it up?
Hi, Michael. Thank you very much for your invitation for this interview. You know that as far as you're aware, the AI12 is the Dubai-based company. Actually, coming back to 2004, when my first visit took place to Dubai, and since that I was traveling to Dubai on a regular basis. I was seeing how the Dubai was step by step developing in UAE. The government itself made a lot of efforts to build infrastructure, to build financial institutions, to build regulations, free zones, legislations, international community itself, connectivity worldwide. And I realized it's a good opportunity to set up as a good platform to start trading worldwide. As I can see, there are no any international limitations to do that.
An interesting aspect about your history is that you've got a very strong reservoir and history as well in aviation leasing, aviation financing, and financing in general, as well as risk management and insurance. How have those pillars and experiences set up your foundation to starting the company now?
Hard planning again to do that, to set up the company. Again, based on the expertise and based on my experience, and combined with hiring top professional people to the company.
Expanding a little bit on that, you do have a strong history where you practiced at Lloyd's of London. Your executive MBA, you had a module which you completed with at Stanford University for a period of time. Innovation and financial management. How have these educational pillars and experience influenced how you're running the brokerage now?
Education is very important. I'm spending a lot of time to explain this to my kids. But if you look at the aviation industry, it's all about the numbers, deep planning, innovation, and all this supports me to make let's say, minimize the mistakes. Of course, the mistakes are happening in aviation, and unfortunately, some of the mistakes are fatal. But to coming back to minimize the mistakes, what I mean, to say more precisely, I mean to analyze a lot of business risks. Based on that analysis, I'm building different type of the scenarios where the business potentially could go. And finally, I'm able to make much more high business risks bet developing the company.
An interesting aspect about that, before founding AI12, you worked on a very major aviation insurance and reinsurance program. This was about 10 years ago, about 2015. This attracted a lot of foreign investors who were involved in that project as well. How has that experience shaped your understanding of the industry and, of course, your approach in setting up the company and running the company now?
Even before that, 2015, I was involved in a number of aviation projects. I used to be a head of aviation projects in a very big tour operator. It's quite complex business. That period of time, we set up a small leasing company in Ireland. We signed 6 Airbus 321s on the ACMI basis. Then we set up the airline, belongs to the tour operator. I used to be a head of commercial director, being responsible for route mapping, being responsible for fuel contracts, airport contracts, catering, navigation. That experience is really valuable for me, and it supports me to understand the industry needs. So all this supports to find the proper solution for the clients when you do understand on another side.
Now, another unique aspect of your experience as well is having a perspective working within the industry and now leading your own brokerage. How is that transition, or what have been some of the biggest challenges and lessons that you've learned from those challenges and perspective now to leading your own brokerage?
I tell you what I found out, that I'm losing emotions and illusions. It's a high level of responsibility. I'm not talking about the business part. Yeah, of course you have to do planning to structure the business. You have to make proper marketing. You have to build the brand. You have to build the name. You have to set up all the correspond to regulations, legislations, all of this. Of course, it's a very important part. But the question is, when I'm saying losing emotions and illusions, when you do understand this, it's high responsibility also for the people that you're hiring, because behind them are families and the kids, and you do understand it's not only that. Another part, it's much higher responsibility, being responsible for business in front of the clients, as you have to serve them, you have to service them, and you have to protect their business interests on the best way. And top of that, as I mentioned, the people in the company. And top of that, it's a reputation of all of us, especially my own reputations, as I think being close to the clients, being responsible for the clients, you can lose your credibility. You can just once, you could be failed once. You don't have another chance, let's say, to correct it. And another very important part is this kind of responsibility and relationship is all about, it's not a privilege, it's responsibility. And you do understand this, and you are not using. It gives you high standards to be more open and to talk to the clients.
Doubling down on that statement of responsibility, when setting up a company, when you speak to founders and they're setting up a company, they usually identify a certain demand that's in the market or a question that's in the market that they answer through their businesses. What gap in the market did you see that led to the creation of AI12?
The slogan of our company is clarity and fair dealing. And this part is very important for us. As I can see on the market, some of the companies in the industry, they're playing like a mouse and cat. It shouldn't be like that. We have to be more open. We have to listen our clients, and to fit all of the programs to fill this gap. openly speaking, and make closer underwriters and the insurance community.
Taking a look now at navigating the insurance and the reinsurance industry, both these industries are very relationship driven, and that plays a role in the success of all sides that are involved. What are some of the biggest challenges that you see when approaching relationships and business across these two industries?
It's a good question. As based on my background, there are two different types of the relationship. One relationship built on the business, and the business built on the relationship. This is two different types of the relationships, and different types of the businesses. And the relationships could be checked in the storming environment. You can see the behavior of the people, and I personally have to stay sustainable to keep this relationship. As I mentioned earlier, the good relationship, again, is not privilege. It's a high level of responsibility, which is extremely important for me. And all these kind of relationships normally well testing in the storming environment.
I want to come to the company now and speak more on the company where today AI12, you're specializing in a lot of high value and complex placements. What is the difference? And well, before that question, actually, as part of that, specialization, you're doing a lot of specialty insurance as well, which is different from the traditional, insurance placements. What's the difference? What can you identify as the core difference there?
These complex risks are all of them unique, and you have to look each and every risk detailed and as a standalone. At the same time, again, I'm quite thankful to my team, because the expertise of the team, each and every level, starting from senior level, management level, and accountants, claims handlers, skills and experience and expertise very important. All this together makes this difference between the complex risks and the traditional insurance products.
Something that your business does today quite on a daily basis is interacting between the clients and the insurance, right? Maintaining that constant flow of communication, collaboration between them. How do you approach that gap? How do you manage that at an efficient level as a company?
We have to be open and to share information between clients and underwriters. Let's say a more simple way, not making it even more difficult. When we deliver the message, underwriters community to the clients and the clients community, airlines to the underwriters, it makes deals, I can't say easier, but more understanding both parts. So technically, we communicate, we build another relationship between the clients and underwriters. They have to listen to each other to make it closer and to fill this gap.
Focusing more on relationships on the insurance side, how have you approached building and maintaining those relationships with underwriters, legal teams, as well as adjusters as well?
Yeah, again, there are, let's say, we can split this to formal part and informal part. Formal part, of course, is conferences, underwriters visit, master classes, I don't know, some seminars. When you can see the new market, let's say trends, benchmarks. And there are, of course, the informal part, when we have different events, when we can share openly what's going on in the market, when we can argue to each other, when we can debate openly without any restrictions. Of course, some of the discussions becomes quite hard, but this is where you can find the some kind of truth. Where is that?
And you've also worked with underwriters earlier in your career. How has that influenced your approach to those relationships in the market today with AI12?
Again, I think I know many of underwriters as on London market. I could say probably, I don't know which underwriters, I don't know from, we trading a lot with the Allianz, AIG, Lancashire, Convex, Liberty, Chubb, with all big names, all of these underwriting agencies, but not limited again. Of course, the Lloyd's markets too, not limiting, but we still do remember when we started, how we started, and what's the history of our development is.
I want to take a look now at AeroTime specialization, especially your presence in the market today. And just to read out your portfolio, you've got $8.2 billion, within your portfolio, covering over 350 aircraft, supporting airlines that carry over 35 million passengers annually. What are some of the key factors managing risk? And you spoke about risk earlier, but what are some of the key factors when you approach managing risk?
On one side, I do remember that as AR12, we signed our first contract on the 6th of March 2023. On one side, looking back, it's I can't say it's a big portfolio, but for us it's very important, sizable and valuable partners who started believing us and started trading with us. But at the same time, it's still a small pie of the worldwide pie, let's say. We have quite big plans, our strategic plans that we I hope definitely deliver by 2030. We have our own figures of the market share, our global presence, and the other parts. Of course, it's the people again to manage that level complex risks. Again, each and every level is very important. I think that the people who joined to the company in 2023, 2024, and some newcomers in 2025, I'm happy that and I'm glad that they're sharing our strategic view, understanding of the risk, how it's important. And of course, they're having this kind of level of skills and expertise supporting us to manage those complex risks.
Mm-hmm. So you've just spoken now on the AI12's portfolio. When you look at the team's combined portfolio, which includes over $500 million in claims, working with over 280 airlines and $48 billion in agreed values, how does that combined experience, give you a competitive edge as AI12 and in the market as well?
It's a knowledge, again, expertise, skills, experience of our team. This is really valuable for me setting up this company and the people joined on our side. But talking about the competition, you're probably aware of that we technically we are not competing. We're listening to our clients, we're listening their needs, and we simply do our job. I'm not focusing on the competitors. Of course, I love all of my competitors because of them I have a job. But at the same time, competition is not probably my major focus. My major focus is to deliver and listen the clients and simply do my job again. If you look to our portfolio again, listening our clients, we built the most complex aviation insurance program in the world. I'm proud of that. If you say it was easy, yeah, how it looks like now, probably it's easy, but it was quite complex to build that program. The program technically based on the type of operation of the airlines. Complexity is about the regional, as we have the program is divided by the regions. The program divided by the type of operations of the airlines. And the program itself, again, structured as a insurance and reinsurance based. And altogether, we placed the biggest complex aviation insurance program on the market. And the most important part, is a hull war, which is quite sensitive on the market. It's one of the most complex hull war section under this program too. It's good that we have that kind of opportunity to communicate with the clients on a daily basis and understanding the aviation industry, what's the leasing are, what's the ACMI, how the training process is going on, maintenance, all of the things, and they have full access. We are listening to our partners and we are trying to make this process a little bit easier on the daily operations to make, again, both parties closer to each other. When we deliver the result above their expectations, that brings the trust that we are doing the proper deals for them. In our company, we developed now more than 15 different risk management programs, loft training, UPRT, bird strikes, and different other CRM programs, cabin crew and the pilots. I'm every time asking my team, what they're doing, dreaming or planning. And they think a little bit about this and they're saying, yeah, we are planning. And technically, I am planning too, but I'm dreaming, multiplying my plans to 12. And don't ask me why 12.
Taking a look at your specialty portfolio, because you are operating across a number of specialty lines, aviation and aerospace, financial lines, energy, marine, construction, treaty insurance, how are you ensuring the highest level of expertise across such a diverse and complex portfolio as well?
Fortunately, I met Richard Prenter, who is developing our non-aviation lines. He's probably the same as me, having his expertise, not only the insurance and reinsurance part. He also has an industry expertise in the different areas, has a different expertise on, again, different non-aviation lines. We are sitting almost together in building and planning our non-aviation part too. The people who already joined again and who is joining in 2025 are again having the expertise not only in insurance industry, which is good. They have an expertise on the broker side, underwriting side, client side. So we are together building the non-aviation part on the same way as we do in aviation. The same as if you look to aviation part, I am investing my personal time to our aviation team to be more familiar with the industry. It's good that we have that kind of opportunity to face with the clients, to communicate with the clients on a daily basis, directly again with the clients, and understanding the aviation industry. What's the leasing car? What's the ACMI? How the training process is going on? Maintenance, all of the things, and they have full access to the clients, to talk to them and to learn how the business works on the client side.
Tech and innovation. It's almost impossible to have an interview or discuss any topic without looking at tech and its influence on any industry. Something that you've done as AI12 from day one is focus on cloud-based infrastructure, taking a step away from legacy systems. Now, how does that improve the efficiency of the company as well as your delivery of solutions to clients?
Again, we hired some of the people who is now doing a lot of digital transformation of our processes. Of course, it's not on the top yet, as we are going to implement this hopefully by the end of this year. We hired people having some Stanford University and MIT AI-based technology education. Again, we are listening to clients, we are listening to our partners, and we are trying to make this process a little bit easier on the daily operations, and to make, again, both parties closer to each other. And also to make it not easier for the market but at the same time to make it easier for the client's needs.
Now, it's almost impossible not to bring up AI. And a very interesting fact is the fact that when you look at AI 12 as a name, there's AI within the name of the company, which already undernotes, an involvement of AI, within your operations. But from your point of view, how do you see AI playing a role in risk assessment and underwriting going forward into the future?
Again, when we set up a company, AI 12, it's not related to artificial intelligence history a little bit. It's a different story of our discussions, and probably could be even quite big and wide. But of course, AI is quite modern, and you have to be really careful about this. Setting up AI technologies, you have to set up proper algorithms and proper structure of some of the processes. Of course, we are speaking with some of the underwriters to make risk analysis and how's better to do in the market using some of the technologies. But again, final stages, negotiations, physical negotiations in person with the market, physical negotiations in person with the airlines. But I think that again, always changing, using new technologies, and it will be quite interesting products that we are doing. Again, to make our clients, so we focus on the client side to make our clients' life better, easier, and simplify some processes.
Something you've mentioned there, that all is changing, and we're on this topic about technology. In general and in a holistic sense, how do you see technology shaping the future of the insurance and reinsurance brokerage industry?
To look at this, it's my view, my personal opinion. In my view, we have to come back 1,000 years back and simplify how it was. If you look at the history, how the insurance was developing, we have to come back probably 3,000 years before the Common Era, when the Babylonia and the China were using, let's say, products, okay? When the ship owners and the traders trying to cover their losses during their long journeys, and they were using this fund and if some of the ship owners and the traders had losses, it was compensated to one of the members. Then this process became a little bit more complex. If you look at the later stages, which is 1,700 years ago, before the Common Era, there were code in place called Code of Hammurabi. The question is, the ship cargo they were using against the loan and a debt loan, and in the case of successful journey, you were getting this loan back, and if something happened, the debtor no need to repay this loan if they lost their cargo in the sea. But insurance, if you look at nowadays how we know these complex products became even more complex, and technically started in 17th century in London, being the Edward Lloyd's coffee house, using and providing capacity for the ship owners and merchants. So it's quite interesting, but we have to come back and simplify all the products using the new technologies, probably 3,000 years back, before the Common Era.
And if we bring it forward to today, how is that digital transformation making insurance more transparent and more accessible for businesses today?
The slogan of our company is clarity and fair dealing. This is what the clients expect. This is what we have to deliver to them to build more trust and simplify again. As if you look at the airlines, probably the most smart people involved in that, and some of the products even complex for them to understand how it works. And technically, we have to simplify and to deliver message and describe the products easier way to explain them.
Your company slogan, clarity and fair dealing, looking at the industry, words such as trust, relationship, and expertise, trust in particular, such a fundamental aspect of insurance. How do you focus on that in ensuring that, as you do business?
Sometimes I'm saying that what's insurance itself? What's that? I realized when we speak with the clients, it's about the expectations, what the client expects. They're not on the daily operation in insurance industry. They not, let's say, fully aware what's changing, where the soft market, where's the hard market. But technically, we, being as a broker, we have to deliver to them above their expectations. When we deliver the result above their expectations, that brings the trust that we are doing the proper deals for them. Another side, when you have ongoing contracts, when you have ongoing agreement, technically, normally it's 12 months policies. And when you deliver to them, to the client's result during the policy period, some improvements on the pricing or coverages or something like that, that builds even more trust and build stronger relationship with the partners. That means fair dealing and the clarity when you do with the clients. Just do a little bit more, a little bit better, bigger, what the clients expect.
Looking at trust and relationships within the company itself, what are some of the aspects and characteristics that you look for when you're building AI12's team?
I'm happy that all of our people in our company, they're sharing the same view when they trade with the clients on the same basis. I'm really proud that with the team of AI12, what they're doing, how they're speaking with the clients, what they're delivering, and some of them even our employees and our people in the company, they're even above of my expectations. That means they're doing the proper job and they're doing the fair deals with our clients.
Talking about going beyond expectations internally as a company and to your clients as well, how does AI12 go beyond the traditional brokerage expectations, the traditional brokerage delivery of services? How are you doing that?
Again, as I mentioned earlier, expertise of the team, not only in insurance, industry expertise. All the people in our company, they fully understand the client's needs as they know step by step and day by day. They know more about the industry, which is very important. It's not only about the insurance; it's understanding the client's business activity and business development.
Taking a step back and looking on a broader scale, you've got a large presence and a global presence now in markets such as Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and the Asia Pacific. How are you adapting to all these different regions? Because there must be a different approach to all the different regions that you're operating in. How are you adapting as a business to the different regions?
It's an interesting question. If you look at our global presence, we're covering most of the European countries. We have clients from Australia, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, Egypt, Kazakhstan. Even if we look at another part of the world, We have clients from Brazil. We are working closely with the Argentinian markets and Mexican markets. What I realized, if you look at the clients, so there are probably some slight cultural difference, but technically everyone speaks in aviation language, as it's like a worldwide language, and their needs are the same. They speak probably different language. Again, we are listening and adopting our cooperation and communication with them.
Mm-hmm. One aspect, dealing across various regions, dealing across various specialty lines, there's a lot of experience that comes with that. And something you mentioned earlier, which is education. You also take a role in educating clients as well on how best to approach risk management and insurance. What are some of the challenges or mistakes that you've seen across your career that companies make when they're approaching risk management and insurance?
In our company, we developed now more than 15 different risk management programs, which is related to loft training, UPRT, fast training, trainer-to-trainer, bird strikes, and different other CRM programs, cabin crew and the pilots. And we are delivering a little bit more. In another case, having my background, let's say, on ACMI business, coming back in 2010, I signed my first ACMI contract being a tour operator. So technically, we do understand this process in trying to educate some of the regions on that side too. But if you talk about the risk management, we technically have a budget, which is good. Clients don't need to spend that money. We have a budget based on the client size to improve the safety of the airlines, educating different levels of the client, different levels of the management, senior management, pilots, cabin crew, and other directions. Again, the major target of this to improve the safety and to deliver just more value for the clients. And the good things is that we develop these risk management programs for the clients with the industry experts. It's good that we have an access to many of them. We developed with the industry experts.
Taking a look at the future of AI-12 and the industry in general, what do you see as some of the biggest opportunities as well as risks for the global insurance and reinsurance market?
I think the biggest will be probably answer short in that case. The biggest opportunity that I can see is digital solutions for the industry. It's as I can see, is still quite conservative industry, and the biggest risk I can see like black swan risks in general worldwide. We face number of times unstable regions. We face number of times with pandemic issues and the limitations. Yeah, that kind of risks really could be impacted unexpected, let's say, way.
And as you expand your global footprint, what are some of your growth plans and regions that you're looking to either step into or expand your presence in?
First of all, we are developing where we are already presented. We presented now in most of the continents. So currently, if you look at the portfolio, we have at least one client or one partner in more than 70 countries worldwide. I have a different ambitions to look at the most difficult market, which is the US, but this is a separate project and a separate plan that I am working on.
If you had to give one piece of advice to businesses who are seeking insurance today, how would you navigate them or educate them? What would you say to them?
Just to be open to each other as with your current providers. You have to be open to share the information, communicate as much as possible, as this brings the good result. We technically we have to communicate as a partners, not as rivals. And we as Air 12 are ready to set up this environment for our airlines to be open and more communicate on the partnership basis. Another thing that I can add, probably some kind of advice, not to industry, but for our team and for our company itself. I'm every time asking my team what they're doing, dreaming or planning. And they think a little bit about this and they're saying, yeah, we are planning. Technically, I'm planning too. I'm planning a lot of directions, as by the end of this year we'll be a group of 4 companies developing different directions of the businesses. You'll be known with these projects in the future. And technically, I am planning too. But I'm dreaming, multiplying my plans to 12. And don't ask me why 12. And this is a dream, based on hard planning and deep planning.